Oscar BEVIS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Here today at Stonebridge Boxing Club in Wembley, joined by Boxer's new signing, Mr. Mikael Lawal. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Very well, very well. Boxing's kicking off again, signings and shows, etc. And Ultimate Boxer was the new prize fighter, let's call it. You managed to win Ultimate Boxer 4. They've sort of changed their format and they're trying to take on more of a promotional management role with fighters now. They're signing the winners. You won UB4. It all makes sense.
Yeah, it does, man. Obviously, it's exciting. It's new, and new. It's basically it's new to the promotional boxing game, so it should be good. It's going to be new endeavours for us, so I'm just looking forward to it, man.
I want to know how hard that to fight for your signature, because obviously unbeaten in a hot division. Cruiserweight is a hot division domestically. You got Match Manetti, Greensbury and Frank, MTK. Why Boxer? And was there sort of a bit of a scrap between a few guys to get your signature?
Yeah, I guess there was, but I guess Boxer gave me like the best deal there out of all of them. And a lot of all these other guys, they're a bit old in the game, innit? And obviously I'm trying to find something new, something fresh. And obviously that's something that suits me. And obviously I fought on one of the adults on Boxers, so they've got a new name now. They're called Boxer. So yeah, I've fought on their show before. It's great experience. So I was just like, you know what, I'd rather go with these guys.
And now you're sort of in a management promotional role with them. Does that sort of solidify you just down to the shows where they would do the Ultimate Boxer tournament shows, or do you know if they'll be putting on shows specifically where there's no tournament format, but there will be guys like you fighting for perhaps belts in the future?
Yeah, it's quite from the contracts and everything. It's quite flexible. So. Whatever opportunities present itself, I'm not just locked down having to just fight on a boxer show. But as well, they're backing me as well, so it's nice to have that backing as well.
And we hear a lot from Ben and Baz when they put Ultimate Boxer, sort of from a sales perspective, they go, this is going to launch your career forward when you win it. Obviously, COVID has happened, but even since you won it, last July now, you didn't manage to get another fight in 2019. And did you need to sign with someone to kick on and sort of keep your name out there and say, look, I'm here and I want to do something?
At the time, I wasn't really looking to sign. I was just trying to get certain fights. Obviously, at the time, because I didn't really have that promotional backing and everything, it was hard for me to get that and get the right prices, pay as well. So, but now obviously I've got this backing with Boxer, so it should be good. I should get the fights that I want. Nobody's going to be able to duck me anymore, so looking good.
You will get it one day. Boxer, not Ultimate Boxer now. That's what it is.
I keep.
Rags to riches stories. Yours is a good one. We hear a lot about boxers and people who've come from deprived backgrounds and sort of built their way up to stardom, and yours is a bit different to your average one. Do you want to take it right back for us? Because I know the story, but there'll be guys out there who don't. Do you want to take it right back to your upbringing in Nigeria?
Yeah, man. So basically, start the stories. I moved back to Nigeria when I was young. I was 13 at the time. My mum died. She passed, so that was very hard for me. And after that, I went to go live with my biological dad. I met him for the first time, and lived with him and my stepmom. They were basically mistreating me, using me as a bit of a slave almost. I was just doing all the chores and things like that. So, and after that, I literally had to run away because I couldn't take it anymore. Then running away just brought more problems as well. I was literally living in the streets of Lagos, Nigeria, homeless, poor. I had to hustle for scraps just to eat. I had to sometimes steal and whatnot, sleep under a bridge. It was crazy, man. Even sometimes begging as well, and it wasn't nice. And it wasn't until I called my sister, finally got through to my sister, and she told me, "Oh, why don't I go to British High Commission?" And I went to British High Commission, and yeah, lived in an orphanage for a little while. That wasn't really the best experience as well, but it was definitely better, from what I was going through living on the streets of Nigeria. And yeah, brought back to the UK, then more stories, then having to move into a hostel, going through struggles here, and not really being in a gang, but just hanging around in the bad crowds and stuff like that. Then having to be on tag, going through the criminal justice system, all of that. than to finally finding boxing and, you know, just trying to make a better life for myself.
It's almost like you live two sort of lives when you're young, because you hear a lot of people, and you know everyone knows there's boxers out there that have been on tag and been through the criminal justice system. Some of them have been behind bars and come from that. But you also had the Nigerian part of your upbringing as well. And I suppose poverty's never good, but poverty in Nigeria it sounds much worse than it would be in the UK.
It was definitely way worse, man. It's one of them ones where, like, in the UK, if I was really hungry, I'd still be able to kind of find a meal in a day. But in Nigeria, like, it was so hard. Where, like, if I was hungry, sometimes I wouldn't be able to eat that fruit throughout the whole day. I wouldn't even be able to drink water. Even it was that bad. Like, and you know, even just having to sleep on the floor, literally on sand, and then under a bridge. You know, it wasn't nice. It was the worst experience of my life.
Do you mind when it sort of gets brought up now? Because I know that it's been written about before in the press, and obviously I'm bringing it up now to let people know about your story. But is it something that you still use, I don't know, as motivation and reflect on, or is it something that you're quite keen to just put as far away from you now as possible?
I did want to get away from the story. I didn't want to really tell people about it a lot. I didn't, or really dwell on it, because it's just one of those things in my life that I like to just keep. I like to keep it buried and hidden and just leave it in the past. But you know what, like, it's one of those things where there's people out there that I feel like they need to hear it, and obviously I know it is the same thing, and people do say that a lot, but I definitely feel like by me telling my story, it was going to help out a lot of youths, or even just anyone in life, you know. So,
and wherever this journey goes, even if it ends now and you have a career-ending injury, you obviously, from where you've come from, it's a fantastic story. Like I said, more to come. But as you got into boxing, I actually read something that said before you won Ultimate Boxer, you actually hadn't earned 4 figures throughout your first 4 fights in boxing. Is that correct?
Literally, man. I was before that, I was just earning. Like, I wasn't based. I think that year I got less than $1,000 for one fight, and I got like £800 for my fight before Ultimate Boxer, and that was literally the only fight I had. So I haven't been earning a lot. I've been still struggling a lot, paying bills and stuff like that. And they asked me earlier on today, they was like, "Oh, when you got your paycheck from Ultimate Boxer, what was the first thing you did with it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I had to pay bills." So, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Obviously, I was thankful that I could finally pay off my bills and stuff like that. But I want to live more than just for bills, if that makes sense. So
yeah, obviously it's prize fighting, and one thing you can do, and I said this to you, is buy some aircon for this gym. Please, salt in it. This gym's quite a cool little setup as well, because obviously you've got posters all around of, look, Mosley right there, and I know a couple calm Kalechnik posters or whatever. So you've got little dots of history around, but it's almost like a normal gym as well, if I can call it that. You get guys coming in off the street to just train themselves, and obviously then you've got yourself training here and some other young boxers as well. So it's quite a nice little mix of not just your professional boxers, but also, I don't know, I call them the general public, let's just say, people as well.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Obviously the whole COVID and that has kind of messed up the whole gym settings a little bit, but we're all trying to keep our distance, do what we have to do, you know, to be safe. But yeah, man, being in the gym is home for a lot of us, man. Just having to, it's the only, for some people out here, it's just the only thing they've got to fall back on, isn't it? Even for me, like, when I'm feeling a bit down or whatnot, the only thing I can do is just come into the gym and punch the bag or hit the pads, you know, or spar, try and knock up my sparring partner, you know, just to feel a bit better, innit? So I've got to do what I need to do, innit? So yeah, it's nice.
And when are you going to be knocking out an actual opponent in a ring?
Definitely, I'm trying to knock out every opponent that comes into the ring with me, right? From moving on from now, it's knockouts only. Like, that's literally, I'm saying that, and I'm saying that to everyone that's going to be watching this. Knockouts only. Like,
when are we going to get the next one?
No, next fight.
Do you have like a date? When you signed, did you talk about potential dates? Obviously, it's hard to now.
Yeah, they've been saying hopefully in October, so that God willing. And I'm just praying there's not a second wave. I've been hearing little things that there might be a second wave. I'm just hoping and praying that it's not a second wave. Like, you know, like, I'm just praying. I've been praying to God that, oh, you know, I can't take another lockdown, man. Like, I'd actually just go mad. But yeah, apart from that, it should be good. I should be good. I should be fine in October. So looking forward to it, man.
It would be your luck that they gave you a date and then the second wave was announced a week before when the second lockdown was announced. Are you going to be fighting at cruiserweight still?
Yeah, definitely, man. Cruiserweight. Some people have asked me, would I ever move up? I might move up, but I'm definitely my plan and my goals right now is just to get all the titles in the cruiserweight division.
Domestically, like I said, it's a hot division. We saw Chris Williams-Smith the other night, Commonwealth champion, and he's going to fight Tommy McCarthy for the European. Lawrence Okoli looks to be moving on, but there's definitely guys in the division that I know, like a mix of 6 to 8 guys that could all fight each other, and they all be good fights.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely trying to mix it in with a lot of them, man. Billum, Okoli, Riakpo, Chamberlain, all of them, man. I'm coming for all of them. Like, it's not even obviously nothing personal, just business, innit? So it's one of those things where, like, I'm looking forward to. I'm excited, innit? So they're definitely people are gonna see a different side to me come into the ring now. Like, I think before it was more like I was trying to learn the game, learn my craft. But now it's just, okay, I've done enough learning, and now I'm going to showcase what I can actually do, and that's to hurt people, innit? So, yeah.